Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Liliana Joy, and on this channel we like to focus on body care, especially Bath & Body Works, but also lifestyle here and there. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a in-depth review and comparison with Cactus Blossom. So if that sounds interesting, I hope you guys keep on watching. So as I said, today's video is going to be an in-depth review and comparison with Cactus Blossom. So if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, basically every Tuesdays and Thursdays I do an in-depth review focusing on a particular fragrance, and I just review everything that I have in that fragrance, whether it's a moisturizer, a fragrance mist, a perfume, just whatever. And then I also go ahead and compare it to other fragrances that I think smell similar. So that's what we're doing with Cactus Blossom today. So I've been doing this for like a month now. I think I've done it for a month so far, and I love doing these videos. I think it's so fun. So today we're doing Cactus Blossom. This is a very unique fragrance. I don't really smell stuff like this that often. Like, I feel like this is so unique, and so because it's so unique, I couldn't find many to compare to it, so I only found two. So we're only doing two comparisons today. Let's go ahead and get into the fragrance though. Now let's go ahead and get into the packaging actually first. So this packaging is literally so pretty. I love the way that this looks. It's so pretty, especially like on a shelf or something. Like, at first I thought that this collection was very ugly. I'm not gonna lie, like, this collection did not appeal to me at all. This released last summer, but like super late. Like, it was like July or something that it released in, because it was, I don't know why they did it so late, because usually they release summer products like before summer and spring. So I'm not sure why this released so late, but I really do like this fragrance. Unfortunately, because it released so late, I haven't had a chance to really wear it. It's like down here. But this is a very pretty fragrance. Let's go ahead and get into the actual notes themselves. This has notes of cactus flower petals, sun-kissed coconut, and fresh sparkling lemon. Again, a very unique fragrance because of the combination of notes. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray it on. So this is definitely a very heavy floral fragrance. The main note that I smell is the cactus flower, and then I get a little bit of the coconut and like a little bit of the lemon. But the coconut isn't a creamy coconut. It's more of like a fruity coconut. But it is still it's like a sweet fragrance, but it's not like a super heavily sweet fragrance. So it still has a sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. So this is like a perfect everyday kind of summer, spring fragrance. I would say that, to me, there's like 50% cactus flower, 30% lemon, and 20% coconut. That's just what I smell in this fragrance. I've been doing like percentages a lot recently with fragrances that I smell. I think it's just easier to like describe what I smell in that kind of way. But this is a really pretty everyday spring fragrance, and I cannot wait to keep using this. And it also retails for $18.95, and this is a repackage as well. I'm not sure how many times necessarily it's been repackaged, but I know that it's been repackaged more than twice. So that is Cactus Blossom. Let's go ahead and get started with the first comparison. So the first comparison that I have for y'all is Disco Daydream. This is such a underrated fragrance. If you guys haven't watched that video, you should go watch it. It's just where I talked about the most underrated fragrances for spring from Bath & Body Works. I just posted that a few days ago. This is a really pretty fragrance, and I feel like no one has talked about this since its release date. The notes are Cali Days, Wild Vanilla, and Radiant Coconut. So they do have a coconut note in common. But what is Cali Days? Like, what is Cali Days? I have no idea. But there's no fruit note in here, but it does smell like it has some sort of fruit in it. Maybe it's the coconut. Maybe the coconut isn't like a creamy coconut. Maybe the coconut's like a fruity coconut, like the Cactus Blossom. But the vanilla does add a sort of like a creaminess to this fragrance. I wouldn't say that's like a gourmand fragrance by any means, but it does have like a sweetness to it, even sweeter than Cactus Blossom, if that makes sense. I still have no idea what Cali Days is though, but this also has like a perfumey edge to it as well, which so does Cactus Blossom, because Cactus Blossom, again, floral fragrance, so it does have like a perfumey edge to it. So I would say that these smell very similar, but not the exact same. I feel like the coconuts on each one are very similar, and I feel like if you added a vanilla note to Cactus Blossom, it would smell exactly like Disco Daydream, or if you added a lemon note to Disco Daydream, it would smell exactly like Cactus Blossom. I feel like they're very similar. They just have a few small differences. So that is Disco Daydream and Cactus Blossom. So the next one's one that I actually just recently picked up a month ago or so. This is Wild Sand, another one that has a cactus flower note in it. This has notes of prickly pear fruit, cactus flower, and warm agave nectar. So they do share one note, but again, this one's a very, very heavy floral fragrance, just like Cactus Blossom. You definitely get mostly the cactus flower. I would say even more than the other one. I feel like you maybe get 60 or 70% cactus flower in this one compared to this one, because this one only has about 50% to me. And then you definitely get like a prickly pear fruit, but it's not like it's not heavily sweet. It's like a slightly sweetened fruity fragrance. And then the agave nectar definitely is there, but it's not super, super prominent. And I would say that this one's even more perfumey than Cactus Blossom. And Cactus Blossom is probably sweeter than this one. So they do smell really, really similar, honestly. It's just that this one is more perfumey and this one's more sweeter. But I think they smell very, very similar. So that is Wild Sand and Cactus Blossom. So those are all of the comparisons that I had for you guys today. I know that it was very, very short, but I just could not find many comparisons to do because I feel like Cactus Blossom is a very, very unique fragrance. So comment down below your thoughts on Cactus Blossom. Personally, I think it's a really, really good fragrance, and I'd probably rate it like a 7 out of 10. I think that I'm going to get a lot more use out of it this coming spring and summer because I just haven't had a chance to use it yet. But anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!